What is up, my little tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Magic Online. Got another vintage cube for you all. And yes, indeed, it is time for some silliness. By vintage cube, I of course mean the Storm cube, because I like just forcing Storm in this cube. Obviously, there are plenty of other decks, but Storm is the way to go for me. So thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your Magic card-related needs. I have been uploading a bunch of Card Kingdom YouTube videos as well, so if you go check out Card Kingdom YouTube's channel, you'll get some other vintage cube drafts there, and they are not always forcing Storm. With that being said, what do we do here for a Storm build? We have a Yawgmoth's Will, Mind's Desire, Typhoon, couple of Tri-lands, Flooded Strand. I mentioned this on a previous video, but I think the Yawgmoth's Will is not as good of a Storm strategy anymore, though I do think it is still a solid enough first pick here. I think Underworld Breach is generally the way you want to go, but Will is good. There is one of my favorite cards that they newly included in this format, and that's the Helm of Awakening. You never have to take it early, and if it doesn't come back around, then that's a sign that somebody else is probably in Storm. But we have a perfectly good Jack, the Mind Sculptor here. Another Jack, Vryn's Prodigy. What else do we have? Strip Mine, Brainstorm, Portal. Chase the Mind Sculptor. What a hell of a card. What a hell of a card. Planeswalkers, huh? Pretty good. We'll take that. We'll try to wheel the Helm. And there's the Brain Freeze. That's perfect. This, again, I think is the #1 win con in Storm in this format. Ideally, you can pick up the Thassa's Oracle and the Underworld Breach to truly combo, because sometimes your opponents have cards like the OG Eldrazi or like Blightsteel Colossus, things like that can shuffle their cards back into their deck. But Brain Freeze, fantastic pickup, and we should be able to wheel the Burgi. If we don't, that's a little bit unfortunate. There's also an Underground River. Great start. Frantic Search, one of the best cards for Storm. It's a free spell that can often generate extra mana if you have any number of the mana accelerant effects like High Tide, Heartbeat of Spring, Mana Flare. Any lands that can add multiple mana. Tolarian Academy, City of Traders, Ancient Tomb, yada yada yada. It just also digs really deep. Ooh, there's the Zurin Orb. I love Zurin Orb. It's not a good card. It's a fun card, and it does have some synergies, mainly with like Fast Bond and Sacrifice effects. Sorry, Fast Bond and not Sacrifice effects. It is a Sacrifice effects, but like the playing lands from graveyard effects, like the Ramanap, Excavator, and the Crucible of Worlds. But pretty easy top here. Orb generally wheels. Again, if it doesn't, that's a pretty bad sign that somebody else is in Storm. But right now, from what I can tell, we are getting a lot of good Storm cards. And I mean, it's not like it's super late in the draft, but it's a good place to be. I mentioned this when we pick one packed when the Yawgmoth's Will. I don't like this card so much anymore, but this is not a bad start. Like, you can still get the Lion's Eye Diamond and whatnot. We'll take the Duress. It's good hand disruption. Power Stone here over Mana Morphos. Backup Thief of Sanity is okay. Proxy can be okay. I only like running this card when I've already found a Time Walk, right? Exile, you have to cast this for one, so you can't like reanimate it. And then you get to exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard equal to its power, right? With mana value equal to its power. So because it only has 4 power, even on the full cast and not the prototype, you can't hit things like Bribery or Time Warp or whatever. We'll just take the power. Ooh, yes! Yes, yes, yes. And this is another one of those extremely fun win cons they've added to the cube. That is the Aetherflux Reservoir. I'm passing Mana Flare here. I'm passing Duretti. We're full locked in right now. Like, I don't think there's anything that's going to pull me out of Storm with this start. It's just too good. We basically have everything you want already. We just need more of the filler effects. Like, we have some good card draw effects, we have some good win cons, we have some good ways to continue that chain, but some more fast mana would be good. A couple of draw 7s would be good. But as far as win cons are concerned, we might not need to find any more. So, beautiful. All right, we wield Mind's Desire here. That's another really, really good one. You can obviously brick with Mind's Desire, but it does say Storm on it, and it's a fun card. We're losing on Ketria Triome, and I guess Tezzeret Agent of Bolas is okay. I think they just updated the cards yesterday or the day before. I think this Tezzeret is much worse for Storm than Tezzeret the Seeker is, but... Because Tezzeret the Seeker, you play for 5, you can frequently untap a bunch of your artifacts and either threaten lethal the following turn with the ultimate ability, as we do in fact wield the Helm of Awakening, or you can just generate a bunch of excess mana. This is about as ideal of a pack 1 as you're going to see for Storm. We did wield the Burgi. Like, the only thing I'm missing is like a Volcanic Island or an Underground Sea or something. Yeah. That is the nut pack 1. Can we get a Lotus or a Soul Ring or any Mox? In pack 2 or 3. There's the Orb too. This gets a little bit more valuable because we have Reservoir as well, but I'm probably not going to end up running that initially. We'll see. I guess if nothing else, Zern Orb is quote-unquote free. Demonic Tutor and a Tinker. Oh, I think this is a close pick. Tinker is such a unique effect and such a powerful effect that passing the Demonic Tutor for it could be correct. And the nice thing is I already have one good hit for it, and that's the Aetherflux Reservoir. Not as good as, say, Bolas's Citadel, of course, but... Jeez, this is close. I don't think Tinker wheels. Obviously, Demonic Tutor is not going to wheel. Man, consistency or power. That is so tough. I don't think this would be a consideration if I had Citadel. We would just snap the Tinker up. But because I don't, taking the Demonic Tutor is still extremely tempting. Blah. Good news is there are other tutor effects, so I'm okay taking the Tinker there. Wow. Another insane pack for us. Tolarian Academy, Mishra's Bauble, Saheeli, Narset, Time Twister now. Oh, man. Again, I kind of have to take the Time Twister, even though Narset and Academy are just 2 of the premium cards we're looking for. It's just... Time Twister is also the bee's knees, and I don't have a draw 7 effect yet, so... Those are some really tough picks. And I'm getting paid off. Okay, well, now taking the Tinker is looking like, yeah, excellent, because Citadel Tinker, there's not much to say, it's just perfect. Darkslick Shores for a little fixing versus Golgari's Signet. After getting the Citadel and having Tinker, I think the Signet makes sense, especially since it adds one of our main colors. Actually, I shouldn't say that. You don't have to be playing black as a main in this format for Storm. There's Time Warp over Dream Halls. I'm not a big fan of Dream Halls. If you get enough draw 7 effects, sure, it's okay, but oftentimes I'm running so many artifacts in my Storm decks that I don't get to utilize this very well. What an extremely good start. I have been lacking on the fixing, but it's not like I've seen great fixing. We saw Darkslick, we saw Underground's River, but we haven't seen like any of the good duels, right? Because Zern Orb is still unlikely. Petal, Dynamo. Let's take Petal here. Since we already have the Will, and we don't really need the 4 mana Accelerant. Yeah, this deck is crazy good. Leovold or Glenalendra Archmage. Both are also just amazing versus us. The nice thing about Leo, it's a little bit more proactive. This is reactive. It's an extremely good reactive card, but Leovold just sits there and is extremely annoying. Combos with any draw 7 effects like Time Twister too. It's a lot harder to cast for us, but we did just get the Golgari Signet. I'll take it. I'm not sure I'm going to start it. I mean, there's Overgrown Tomb now. But I think it's safer for us to just take the Candelabra of Thanos. If somehow we wheel that Tolarian Academy, this is going to be the grossest thing ever. I don't expect it to, right? That's a complete brick of a pack there. What pick was that? That was our wheel pack. When did we see the Tolarian Academy? I don't think it was in our opening pack, pick 2 or of pack 2. '23, '24 would have been the wheel. Oh wait, we could still get... No, I think this was the Academy pack. Saheeli's not bad though. In fact, Saheeli's quite good when you have Reservoir, as you can copy the Reservoir and get twice as many triggers. Spell Pierce is not bad interaction, yeah. No surprise the Academy's gone and all of the other good cards were gone, but... I think it was worth taking the Candelabra. I mean, the Candelabra could still be useful. Wield the Dream Hulls too. Candelabra can still be useful if we pick up High Tide or something. I don't have anything else it's good with, right? No. Damn. Yeah, that's too bad. There were just so many cards in individual packs and they weren't spread out that we had to kind of pick and choose our poison. There's Time Walk, and clearly that's not a pass. Chrome Mox, Ledger Shredder, Lion's Eye Diamond. So Lion's Eye Diamond is the card we want to wheel the most, and it is the card that's most likely to wheel. Good, good, good. There goes a Channel, a Bribery. I guess Bribery as a backup win con is reasonable. I mean, if I took Heartbeat, then that would make the Candelabra better. It would also make our Frantic Search better, but... I guess I'd also still have that Leovold. We'll take Bribery as the safe pick, though. Factor Fiction over Blooming Marsh. It's not going to be worth splashing the Burgie if we can't get red fixing. I actually think we're missing a little bit. We're missing a Tutor, which I think was fine that we took the Tinker over the Tutor. And we're missing like another draw 7 because we only have the Time Twister. Ponder's pretty nice here. Overtaking Black Cleave or Fiery, since again I don't think we're playing the Burgie at this point. Marsh Flats doesn't have a duel defined. Thoughtseize would also be fantastic. Haven't seen Oracle, haven't seen Breach. It's possible somebody else is in Storm. It's also possible that those cards were just not opened. Because remember, you don't see every single card that's available in the cube. So sometimes you have like the dream start for Storm like we did. And then, for example, there's no Tendrils of Agony opened, or there's no Yawgmoth's Will opened, or something like that. Oh, you know what I'm really missing? I guess I'm missing the fast mana. That's what I'm missing the most. Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, High Tide, Spire Bluff Canal for more red fixing. A little Force of Negation for more interactions, always nice. Yeah, this might be a deck that wants to run the Bribery as just a backup win con. Our opening pack was so good, and then we kind of floundered off, it feels like. Chain of Vapor. Oh, there's Wheel of Fortune. I've passed on all of the damn fixing so far, though. That hurts. Hopefully we can wheel a couple of red lands then. Yeah, because it would just be Petal for fixing right now. Although I will have to say, we aren't really playing much black. I don't have to run Swamps for Citadel. We can just purely have it as a Tinker target and then splash Yawgmoth's Will, which would allow us to run a couple of mountains, no problem. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, there's the Fast Bond. Oh, no. Dang it. But I have to take Talisman here, don't I? What do I do with Fast Bond? I mean, I guess I have Bolas's Citadel for it. But oh man, that's so rough. That is so rough. Ah, we're better off just taking the Talisman. Gosh darn it. Zern Orb, Fast Bond, Citadel is still really good, but it is what it is. So I didn't mention it yet, but we do have the full combo of Helm of Awakening, Citadel, and Top. So of course, what you can do here is if you have Citadel on the battlefield and you have Helm and Top, you can draw the top, or, man, Displacer Kitten is also so good. Is it good enough in our deck? We don't have that many good things to flicker, actually. Sulphurous Springs for fixing. Anyways, as I was saying, you can draw with the top, put it on top, and play it for free off of Citadel and Helm. Wait. What am I talking about? Yeah, you draw the top. Draw the top. Play the top for free, draw a card with it, play it off the top. Oh, I guess it's 1 life each time. Something like that, yeah. Anyway, it's good. It's good, just believe me. There's Waterlogged Grove on the wheel for green. There's a couple of green fixers. Does that make Leo more tempting? I don't think so. Alright, I'm going to cut the bribery. I'm going to go full on of our game plan. I need to cut at least 1 more card here. Wow, that Black Cleave Cliffs was great. That gives us 2 red-black lands. Nice. So good wheels. Sideboard Fiend is fine. Could just cut Spell Pierce or Force. Blood Crypt 2! Oh my god. We got 3 red-black lands on the wheel. That was actually insane. Cleaves, Crypt, and Springs. Now, I will say, fast lands like these are often really awkward in Storm, because you really want to have untapped sources, but that was nice. Alright, so... And we have Golgari's Signet for extra black fixing. I probably don't need maybe more than 1 mountain. I mean, we want to go like 10 island. Oh, we don't have the who's a what's it? high tide, so I don't need that many. We could go like 9 islands, and this would give us 5 black, 5 red. Seems fine. That's probably still even just too much red. Okay. I think this deck is pretty good. I think it might be missing a couple of components, but overall, it's a good Storm deck. Now, there are a lot of decks that kind of counter Storm decks, but we can just hope that we don't run into them, and if we do, we still have a lot of game, I think. We have some amount of redundancy, because sometimes when you draft these Storm decks, you only get like one draw 7 effect or whatever, or you don't have enough card draw, or you don't have enough mana sources or fixing, but I think we're pretty good on all those fronts. All right, here we go for round 1 of this Vintage Cube draft with our Stormy Storm deck. I am willing to keep that hand on the play. It's a good opening start. It's not very fast, but it's a good opening start. And again, our deck doesn't have, I think the biggest issue, a lot of mana accelerants, initial mana accelerants, right? Ponder, seeing 2 islands and a citadel. That's going to be a shuffle for me. All right, we do need to find a land in the first couple of draws, but I didn't want to top island to island citadel. I think that was pretty bad. Okay, we're going to be against a green rampy style deck. That's not terrible, as long as we can find a land in the top 3 cards then. Remember, this is Vintage Cube. Anything can happen. We could just lose here. Our opponent could go channel Ulamog or something. Not that I want to summon that by saying it, but... What's your play, friend? Forest? Okay. Maybe this is just a green Sun Zenith or something. For 8. Well, Bribery comes in this matchup. Yeah, Terastodon. We would have needed to hit like 3 lands in a row here. I have to just let them blow up my top. And then I know I'm drawing 2 bricks the next 2 turns. If we drew 2 lands, we could probably get out of this, but... Unless they have literally nothing left and they brick off their own for a couple turns, that's going to be game over. Okay, well, they just had an insane start, I guess. That's Magic, baby! Usually the green deck is not too bad for Storm decks to fight against. I mean, they do oftentimes have a lot of ways to interact with artifacts, enchantments, and sometimes lands, but... Not much you can do about this kind of draw. We're just waiting to see what they grab, and then we're going to concede. All right, good enough. Good game, good game. Maybe I just cut the Mind's Desire versus them. I don't think I need to bring in Force of Negation, although I probably should have. Oh, man. Okay, again, this is not a great opening hand, but let's hope that they don't have a similar busted start like they did last game. I mean, it's not going to be surprising if they have a turn 1 mana dork or whatever, but... Okay, that was a good draw versus a channel. We really need to draw a land next turn. Yeah, nice try. Wow, they just had turn 2 channel both games. My god. Did find the land. That's going to let us Saheeli. And then next turn we can go Frantic Search, which makes a token Tinker for Citadel, ideally. That channel might have been their entire game plan. Now, you'll note that they didn't have a follow-up colored source after channel, so either they have like a Signet in their hand that they could have gone off with for colors, or they have one of those Eldrazi or something in their deck, so... Let's see. Gonna go discard land. Twister. And we drew the top as well, so that should be pretty easy game over. Tinker, Citadel. Land on the top. Now we can just go off and effectively draw our entire deck, plus make a million 1/1 tokens. Do I want to cast Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, it's probably fine. Nice. Actually, we could just kill him by taking an extra turn with Saheeli, copying Lotus Petal, and then killing them with the Saheeli. Sorry, killing them with Citadel activation 2 times, can't we? Oh, we can also take a peek at their entire library then and see. Let's see if they have a Eldrazi. Okay, they just scooped that. So the Eldrazi might have been in their hand. All right, I'm going to need to bring Force of Negation in on the draw for game 3. Almost want to bring in Duress too. Maybe take out the Foff is a little bit too slow. Gosh, I kind of want to bring in Duress or Fiend. Just some more interaction for their crazy openers. I guess Fiend is probably better because this can steal creatures as well. Maybe just cut Time Warp instead, a little bit too expensive. Can't keep that. Both Citadel and Reservoir are pretty awkward here. Oh, that is, I think, a keep. A keep and hope we draw a land in the first couple of draw steps. I'm gonna pitch the Brain Freeze to Force of Negation. Okay, we did find the land. Oh, they just might have a good creature draw this time. It's Green Sun. Oracle's pretty bad too. Monolith on top. They might have another land in their hand that they can play. We can go Helm of Awakening here into Fiend. Kogla Ulamog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have to take Kogla. And then we're going to have to counter their Monolith. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're drawing Terastodon next turn. So force pitching Brain Freeze. They're going to shuffle their Terastodon away. Okay. Ah, they hit a Rashad in Port. And another land? Oh my lord. Brutal. Good beats. Had to counter that, otherwise they get to Ulamog me. And now they get to port one of my islands. I can't actually play Jace here. Not with the filtering of the Signet. We're pretty dead. They're drawing Channel next turn. No, they can't. Oh, they can cast it because of the Helm of Awakening. Oh, that's right. That is right. All right, I don't think we have outs to that anymore. All you gotta say is that's magic, baby. Yeah, GG's. All right, I mean, they had some crazy draws, so not much I could do there. Channel in the first 2 games, we were able to counter it the second time, and then, yeah, Uber ramp and stuff. Good beats. Let's go to round 2. All right, on to round 2 after getting some crazy outdraws by the mono green deck. Good opening hand here on the play. We're not going to ponder until next turn. Like, I'm going to upkeep top, see if there's a land. Uh-oh, okay. Actually, turn 1 Hex Drinker is fine. And then we can shuffle away if it doesn't look very good. Blood Crypt Jace Power Stone. Oh, that's actually decent. We'll draw the Blood Crypt. We'll draw the Power Stone next turn and play it. Okay, level up their Hex Drinker. Then we're drawing Jace next turn. Wonder if they just try putting me on a clock and level up their Hex Drinker to 3. If they level up their Hex Drinker here, that's really good, since we'll get to just Jace and bounce it. This is the Initiative card. Initiative, I don't remember. They get to do some dungeon crap. It's really good. Enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, untap a creature you control. If you've completed a dungeon, untap all creatures you control instead. In the Undercity. So first they get to search for a basic, put in their hand. The next, yeah, I mean, Adventure is, or rather Initiative is extremely stupid. That's all you have to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I could just go Saheeli into Talisman. and set up for Tinker next turn. So they can put like 2 counters on their Hex Drinker, level it up, and then kill Saheeli, but I think we'd be A-okay with that. Target player loses 5 life is the next one? What the heck? Initiative is so stupid. uh... Oh, they didn't level up their Hex Drinker, so Saheeli doesn't have to die this turn. Wow, they're going face? I guess I just buy life for my Citadel. Alright, go grab Citadel. Oh! I needed to grab Tinker, not Citadel. No! Well, huge brain fart. That just cost us the game. We went from probably winning to now losing. Alright, well, that's on me. How can we spin this back? Brutal, brutal mistake there. That's funny. That's just next level brain fart. Topping those doesn't do anything for Foth. I think we shuffle. Try to find like Time Twister effect. LOL. What a brutal, brutal mistake. Can I somehow Jace Brainstorm the Citadel back and Tinker? I don't have enough mana, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I copy the Power Stone. Oh my god. I guess how I have to play this is to... I don't think this is going to work. Copy the Power Stone with the top. Play Jace. And then Brainstorm the Citadel back on top. And then be able to Tinker for it next turn. And that's assuming I don't take infinite damage. I mean, they have infinite mana, plus I gave them Talisman, so... Okay, Good beats, good beats. We are really hoping that they're gonna full level this and kill our Jace. Okay, if this is their play, then we might actually still have a small chance. Please kill Jace here. Because this has protection from everything now. What? Okay, that's fine. Oh, you know what? I wonder. Tinkering Citadel doesn't do much anymore when I only have 3 life. But can I... Helm of Awakening, Brain Freeze myself, and then maybe find something with... We might be able to pull this off. Go like Tinker for Reservoir. Is that even good? Wait, how much mana do I have here? Tinker, Reservoir... Well, we know we have Mind's Desire and Citadel on top, which are really bad. We don't want those. So we could mill them. Do I have any more artifacts I could tinker for instead? That add mana, Signet. That's it. Oh, I could tinker for Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, actually. Yeah. Tinker. I could sack the top, too, to replay the top for 0 from Graveyard. Tinker, sack, top. Yeah, we can do this. Tinker, sack, top. Grab Lion's Eye Diamond. Brain freeze myself for 9. Then cast Yawgmoth's Will. Holding priority. What? Why didn't it hold priority? Are you kidding? I was holding priority there, and it... Okay, well... This game has been a series of unfortunate errors. That one, I don't know if there was something I could have done differently about. That was just a... unfortunate happening. I should have 3 extra mana right now. That's so sick. This is 6. Ponder. Seven. 8. 9 times 3 is 27. So as long as they don't have Eldrazi. Jeez Louise, that's so... Alright. Holy crap. Alright. That was wild. Misclick, brain fart, tinker for the win. Still survive the following turn. Then Magic Online doesn't hold priority for me. And we still find the win anyways. You could see that I was holding priority too. I floated the mana and it wasn't emptying from my pool immediately, so... maybe it's because I popped out my graveyard, it thought I wasn't holding priority anymore, is my only guess. So maybe I don't... Make sure not to pop out graveyard in that scenario. Because we would have had 3 extra mana of any color. Well, that was a sweat. Run it back. Okay, on to the next game after that almost very frustrating game 1. OP with the turn 1 Hierarch. Let's go ahead and lead with Ponder, try to find something to do. Ah, yes, that's nice. Wow, this will be the first Time Walk we've actually cast with our deck, isn't it? I almost wonder if I want to just go like Helm of Awakening next turn for the full YOLOs. Oh, no! Leovold is a hoser. Okay, well, I'm gonna run it out. That turn 2 Leovold is not very beatable for us. I'm gonna need to bring in something to deal with that, or an alternate win con. We might need to bring in like the bribery. There's their initiative again. So next turn I can go Saheeli into Time Walk. It's a good start. Sheesh. Hex Drinker level up. That's fine. It doesn't look like it's very easy for them to cast Leovold. They had to have that Lotus Petal. Look at their mana. They don't have a single black source otherwise. Okay, so... Actually... wonder if I go Power Stone Time Walk. Or I could just slam the Reservoir. Oh, you know what? Let's just slam the Reservoir. And assume they're not going to be doing much this turn. And then if we get to untap, that's so much better for us. Okay. So I take 12. So I have to kill them next turn, since the Undercity will deal us an extra 5. Or we can just gain a bunch of life, which is our plan. Okay. We need the mana, don't we? Dirty Jace. That doesn't do anything. Well, I guess we're dead. If I had one more blue source, we might actually be able to go off here. Remember, Time Twister into Leovold doesn't work. And like I said, I don't have the... I'm missing the blue. If I could bounce Leo and then Time Twister, we might be able to win from there. I don't think there's anything I can do with this Mind's Desire, but we don't have a better option. It's our only option. Alright, GG's. Alright, turn to Leovold. Bring in Mesmeric Fiend. Now let's just run it back. We can actually beat a Leovold, because our deck fares well without drawing extra cards, oddly. And we'll be on the play this time. Garbage. That's really bad, too. My god. I mean, it's not completely awful, but it's not great. If we can either naturally draw Lion's Eye Diamond or Yawgmoth's Will, it looks like it might be okay. Yeah, turn 1 Hierarch again. Rex Sage the Talisman. That is annoying. Yeah, and that might be all the interaction they need to kill us. This will be a very, very sad 0-2 start. I think our deck is good, but... Again, that's Vintage Cube for you. You have the stupid initiative card every single game. Come on. Ah, that's magic, baby. That is magic. So close, yet so far. Xenagos! Hey, that's kind of cool. I almost die here. Take 11? Alright. Well, gonna need to top deck something pretty special. And that ain't it. I think we're on 0 outer now. Oh, man. These matches have been kind of frustrating. That was a good series of hits, but we can't do anything with them. If we had one more turn, man, that would be insane. I can't do anything this, right? All right, we are 0-2, and man, feels like we have gotten just running into unfortunate circumstances, but I like how the one game we won that last match was the one where I nearly punted away twice. All right, let's salvage a little bit of points. I think this deck is great, but Vintage Cube is a cruel mistress, and yeah, a little bit of interaction, a little bit of crazy green channels has gotten us good. All right, let's see if we can salvage one win here with our Storm deck that I think is pretty solid. No blue source outside of Petal is a little bit awkward. But I think this is a keeper, because it doesn't take too much to make it work. I will be playing the Petal out on turn 1, in case our opponent does something worthy of spell piercing. Oh boy, Bazaar of Baghdad, turn 1. Okay, and they're main phasing it. So they might have fast mana in their deck, one of the power, one of the Moxen or Lotus or something. Otherwise, I don't think there's much reason for them to do this main phase. Thief of Sanity, consider Bone Shards. Huh. Okay. Well, that actually wasn't that bad. Blue is not black, which means no reanimate here. Wow. That's really good, but I think we wait one turn and get the Power Stone online first. It's so risky to tinker away my Signet and have nothing left to do. If they have a random Spell Pierce or whatever of their own. I could have just went for the high roll, though. I definitely could have gone for a high roll and just jammed the Tinker and prayed. Maybe that was better instead of giving them another turn. Feels really good to get the Power Stone online, though. And now what we can do is we can Tinker, and if they mess us up, we can Yawgmoth's Will again. Okay, these are all irrelevant anyways. Well, they did have a Mox. Maybe they have like a Necromancy. Exhume. I think we're just going to let that resolve and assume they're getting Thief of Sanity and not Dothy Voidwalker. Alright. We can also pay through a Spell Pierce now, which is nice. Did they actually have Force of Will? Okay. I don't think Wheel of Fortune's correct here. They only have one card in their hand. Yeah, they're going to be able to Thief of Sanity me, but that's insane. What did they exile off of it? Ledger Shredder. We are just running into it today. And sometimes that's the way it goes. I said that at the end of the draft before we played our matches, you know. We might just run into some nonsense, and we have. They should probably be attacking first. Unless they have another... They drew another animate effect on their Agent of Treachery. Yeah, right. Come on. I think they should have taken my Power Stone there. Oh, boy. Vintage Cube, man. I tell ya. Fuel my graveyard, please. So now we need to find a black source again, and we still need to find a blue source. 2 lands gone. Those would have been good draws. Okay, there's the blue. Time Warp. Oh, Lion's Eye Diamond's nice. Which means they are going to be able to steal the Time Warp. But they still need a land first for that, and they might... I guess they have no reason to Bazaar first. Are you kidding? Okay. Well, if we draw a black source, I think we're still okay. They drew a Hymn to Turok, though. Oh, God, these games have been frustrating. They had the Force of Will, they top deck a discard effect. They took the Time Warp, of course. Alright, black source. Black source, and this is still extremely winnable. The fact that they're milling cards into our graveyard is actively good, I think. Okay, cast the Time Warp, we spell Pierce, yada yada yada. We still got outs. How hard could it be to draw a black source? They just milled a black source and an island. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Where there's a will, there is a frickin' way. Lion's Eye Diamond start. Lotus Petal. Add a bunch of blue. Tinker. Away the Power Stone. They hit my Citadel! Okay. They hit my Citadel. Wait, where's my Brain Freeze? Did they also have Brain Freeze? Wait, what? I'm confused. There's only one card. Oh no, they did. They took exactly Citadel and Brain Freeze. With the Thief of Sanity. Holy crap. They sent me a message. Oh, what did they say? Well, okay. I mean, I'm guessing the Helm is probably our best bet. Chance at victory. Let's see, Signet is free in essence. I could go Talisman Time Warp? Sorry, Talisman, what do you call it? Talisman Time Walk? Try to go again. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. That's insane. They took Citadel and Brain Freeze. I can't believe that. Time Walk. I guess I Ponder. Need to find a draw 7 here, so shuffle. Okay, alright, alright. Alright, I mean, we're probably still dead, but... I actually want to draw with the top right now, and then play the top for free with Helm. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I don't think I can win this, but we've just lost too many of our cards. I don't think I have too many other 0 mana accelerants. Oh god, we're one off of casting Frantic here, which would actually work. Alright, good beats. So again, the Thief of Sanity took exactly Brain Freeze and Citadel. Of which, if either of those are left in the deck, we win. Because either we get to Tinker for Citadel and go off from there, or we get to Talisman for Brain Freeze and mill them out. So, absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. We've lost a lot. We might... I mean, I need to get to like 9 spells or something to win now. Or something crazy like that, right? 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5. But they're gonna hit me for 3. I'm at 10. I need to gain 41 life. Yeah, I need to get to 9 spells next turn. And I'm not sure I have enough spells left in the deck after all this is said and done. Especially if they hit a couple of spells off my library. Right, because we're not going to have any more shuffle effects left. The Time Twister's gone. The Will is gone. There goes Desire, a land. Actually kind of surprised they didn't just play out the Citadel, but I guess maybe they have better choices. Entomb Voidwalker. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Sure. My cards going to the graveyard I don't think matter anymore. Let's see. So activate. Draw. All right, let's go. 1 spell for free. Oh, wait, I can copy Reservoir with, Oh, wait. We have the win. We have the win. At least I should if I don't completely punt it up, which I've been known to do. I have been known to spew here. Healy. Golgari Signet copies Reservoir. Draw with top. Frantic. Discard. Okay. Let's see. Draw. Jace. Brainstorm. Hit the top again. Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh my god, what a game! All of those losses earlier were worth it for that game there, because that one was crazy. Dear freaking lord. Alright, Force of Negation maybe comes in again? They're on Reanimator, but we didn't see any good... Like, they entombed a Dothi Voidstalker, so I don't know if bringing Bribery makes sense. I guess Duress to interact with their, Force of Will or something. Ah, what a game! Let's go to the next. Can we salvage? One win. Not with this hand. This is an immediate mulligan. That hand is also quite weak, but keepable. We have interaction and card... A little, well... Not the best card selection. I wish I had some fetches, but... Pretty easy pitch of the Mind's Desire on the mulligan, at least. I'm going to go ahead and just arrest them turn one. Okay. I guess I have to take the him here. They don't have a blue card for Force. They don't have a way to discard Grizzlebrand for Shallow Grave, so... Don't you dare. Oh, and they drew the Bazaar of Baghdad. Incredible gamer moments, man. Jeez Louise. Alright, and good beats. I guess what I can do is try to draw exactly Spell Pierce off of... top. So we take 7, they gain 7, they get to draw infinite, and they have Force of Will in their hand. Good news is, if and when we go to game 3, we'll know that Bribery has a decent enough hit now. I'm not sure there's a way we can beat the Force of Will. Because with the draw 7 to Grizzle, and maybe they even draw an extra 7 just to pick and choose better cards, fighting through counter is going to be pretty problematic. Agent of Treachery is going to be their card they reanimate next. Yeah. Goodbye, Swamp. Okay. Wow, didn't even activate Bazaar with that many cards in their hand is terrifying. There's Spell Pierce. We're actually extremely close to going off. Okay. I mean, I don't expect them to Force of Will to Time Walk, but maybe they do. So we'll play out the petals to Spell Pierce the Force. Actually, I wouldn't even do that, would I? No, there's no reason to Spell Pierce the Force if they go for it. Redraw top. And then spin and pass. We're actually so close to being able to do stuff here. It's amazing. We're like Wheel of Fortune or Time Twister away from being able to come out of this. Okay. Thief of Sanity is actually not the worst because we can set it, well, rather we can get through our top nonsense. You know? Alright, so they're gonna get Reservoir, Power Stone, and a land. Oh, that'll probably do it. The Voidwalker ruins our graveyard plans. Alright. We will go to the next game. Again, we duressed their hand and they had the damn Grizzlebrand Shallow Grave and they needed to find a discard outlet and they drew the Bazaar, so good beats. Can the streamer go for the perfect 0-3? I'm going to run 1641. Let's go. Game 3, final round. I will keep this. Hope is that I get to bribery their Grizzlebrand or whatever. And if they get me, they get me. Not much to do about it. All right. Brain Freeze was a surprisingly good draw because that would allow us to pitch our freeze to the Force instead of bribery here. All right, Let's hope they don't have their force again. Remember, I cannot force on my turn, so if they have... I can't force of negation on my turn, so if they have force of will, I can't stop it. Hey, they said GG's! Maybe they're just going to scoop here to me grabbing Grizzlebrand? Turn 3 bribery? Nice OP. Oh my god, they have Emrakul too. Wait. Oh yeah, because you can Shallow Grave Emrakul. Oh, they also have Goryo's Vengeance for it. Alright. I think there is a lot of merit to just grabbing the Grizzlebrand because we get to set up our hand, but... Ah! After all that, we just win with a stupid turn 3 bribery. Alright, I think this deck was good. Like, upper 50% of Storm decks, and what ended up happening is... Vintage Cube happened. We got smashed, right? Turn 2 channel. I even called it. Turn 2 channel is a very easy way to lose, and that happened. Leovold and Rex Sage in another game, so... This is one of the things that Storm is really susceptible to. Even if you have a great Storm deck, just a little bit of interaction can really slow you down, and that was really obvious in the first 2 matches, as you know the opponent just did 1 or 2 things, and that was good enough. So Storm, a little bit risky, great when it works out. Fun deck still. Had a lot of good games, had a lot of silly games. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back tomorrow. Bye-bye.